I am in a museum, and I have just become acquainted with a rather unusual and enchanting man, a retreat and a hermit who hides himself away from the world within the upper regions of the museum. He spends his time restoring and caring for the museum's paintings, giving names to all the unknown figures depicted within these paintings, and hypothesizing endlessly on their moods, origins, and stories. All the assistants and workers within the museum dismiss him entirely, finding themselves vaguely unsettled by his emaciated limbs, translucent moon-like skin, and large feminine hazel eyes. But I am infatuated with both him and his restorations. He proceeds to show me works of his own, works depicting twisted, contorted, and deformed humans, animals, and objects in lurid tones that stand entirely at odds with the paintings that he spends his time restoring, many of which are of the Renaissance, Baroque, Pre-Raphaelite, and Impressionist eras. I am taken aback by these paintings, finding them to be indicative of his own loneliness and suffering as a reject of a cold and unloving society. I proceed to feed him, after which we make love to one another. Following this, I find myself in a cafe that in many ways resembles Shyovna, seated next to two of the most elegantly dressed men I have ever come across. Their bodies, clothed in dark-tailored suits that seem out of place against the mundane fashions of today. In their fingers, they hold cigarettes fastened onto tortoiseshell cigarette holders through which they smoke. We begin to speak about sexual dimorphism in humans and animals, and the presence of old wives' tales and superstitions within today's society. There then comes a point at which they abruptly end the conversation, before wandering into the bathroom of the cafe and proceeding to have loud, audible sex. I am then informed by one of the waiters that this cafe is a notable cottaging site.